Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me start by thanking the World Manufacturing Forum and Alberto Ribolla for this opportunity given to Directa Plus and to myself. My task today is to cover the road to the Green New Deal in the age of Manufacturing 4.0. And I will do it in the only way I know, presenting the business case of Directa Plus. I founded Directa Plus in 2005 with three Americans in a pub in Cleveland, Ohio, over a bottle of beer. The objective was to design a graphene production unit able to generate pristine graphene nanoplatelets that are fantastic super additives in a simple, in a scalable, and in a sustainable way. I had in front of me a real green field, and I had no idea at that time of the task and the multiple complexity I had to face. Design a new process, generate new products, define new applications, and penetrate new markets. Since the beginning, it has been clear in my mind that the product of the future is based on two key factors: performance and sustainability. The goal was to increase existing performance in terms of performance and existing properties, but also adding new and unexpected properties. I will cover later with you a couple of real-life examples, and just let me start with one. In textile, we were able to define and design a new thermal circuit that is adding significant sense of comfort, but at the same time, we added to the fabric antiviral and antibacterial properties. With regards to sustainability, we concentrate ourselves not only on the environmental protection, but also on people development and economic development. So the idea and the quote of doing well by doing good of Benjamin Franklin was part of our philosophy. If we will drill down on performance, require two key elements: innovation, and in my vision, innovation is made by people and not by the organization, and require the proper speed. For this reason, we invested in young, smart, and educated talents. But also we decide to put practice over theory, because in an economy of speed, there is a higher cost in waiting and planning versus doing. Considering now technology, my vision is that there is no lack of technologies. The real problem is to put different technologies together. And in fact, another example, since we joined the London Stock Exchange in 2016, we developed what we call the Advanced Development Area, where we put together our technology with our partners' technology in order to hard work on the concept of co-invention. If we move to sustainability, the three elements are people, protect the environment, and trying to be profitable at the same time. What we did internally in our organization is to leverage on two major paradigms. The first one is take advantage of diversities. In terms of gender, women treated in the same way, with the same salary and with the same career opportunities of men. That, despite this is something that we are telling in 2020, not always happen everywhere. The second diversity, very important for us, are cultural and educational diversity. The other paradigm is leveraging on the power of disagreement. We look at people not in agreement with us as an asset. They are not enemies. They are a way to force the entire organization to think more, to drill down, and to move to the proper idea and the final solution, and is key for innovation. Unfortunately, again, disagreement is considered in many areas as, somebody who is an enemy and has to be moved as far away as possible to the center of the power. Talking about the environment, I can explain you that we did two very important things. From the inside, we decided to produce without any chemistry, but just with physics. We start from a particle of natural graphite. We expose this particle to a very high temperature, very close to 10,000 degrees centigrade. That is more or less the temperature of the surface of the sun. And we make this incredible explosion, where we have pristine graphene nanoplates just connected one to the other at the border. And by adding, after this effect, a very high pressure, close to 2,000 bar, we are able to exfoliate without any chemistry. And to my knowledge, now we are still the only company in the world able to produce in this way. Our yield is close to 100%, so we are properly utilize the raw material. There is a minimal water consumption, approximately between 600 and 700 cubic meters per year, which is close to 3 Italian families. Despite we move all our material from one department to the other, using water, and it's not trivial because graphene is hydrophobic. Last point internally is we work very hard to minimize also the energy consumption, and the average power in our plant is in the range of 330 kilowatts. So again, very small compared to the very high temperature that we are using. From the outside, looking at the outside world, we decide to work with partners sold to our idea and our philosophy. People that are looking at the environment in the same way we are looking at the environment. And we refuse to work with partners that they want to utilize some of the environmental buzzword as a marketing tool. But let me try to talk a little bit about Nanotech. Nanotech is the move to the 2-dimension. And for the part of the audience that has not scientific background, let me use this very simple example. One molecule of sugar can be compared to an apple the same way the apple can be compared to the earth. Graphene is a nanomaterial. That means that there's only one nanodimension. It's one atom, and is 200 times stronger than steel. Is the first 2-dimension material. Is extensible, flexible, transparent, and impervious. But the most important thing is that is an enabling material. Can go everywhere. Since the company creation, our strategy has not been to target future markets, the sexy one, lithium-ion batteries, fuel cell, but we decided to validate our business model in the existing market. So we work very hard to add performance to mature goods, matching what is possible with graphene today with what is needed from the market. Not over-promising, but if possible, over-delivering. Regarding sustainability, we received 10 certificates of non-toxicity and non-cytotoxicity. 7 of them are in vitro and 3 in vivo, dermatologically tested, hypoallergenic, and inhalation. An example of how serious we are in this area, because we're talking of a nanomaterial, we are just developed face mask with a graphene filter, and we have 13 claims confirmed by independent labs on our mask safety. Now let's start with the real world, with an example of what we can do with our material in decontaminating water from hydrocarbons. This is a short movie we took a few months ago on the Black Sea, where we are located with a company that we just acquired, that is a service company in the environmental area. And my colleagues are using a floating barrier with inside our material to remove crude oil from water. You see now that they are utilizing 6 pillows to complete the exercise. This is a 10-minute video that has been reduced to 2 minutes. We are going to pollute again, and they continue with the exercise. Let me stress to your attention the speed of this decontamination, and you will see later the other incredible advantage. But the competitive material here is polypropylene that absorbs 1 time its weight and release nanoplastic in the water, and then has to go to the incinerator. Again, the exercise is completed in a very short time, but the most important part is now, where you will see one of my colleagues squeezing one of the pillows. Of course, this is a testing equipment, but now we are on the field in Romania, on the Black Sea, and recovering the crude oil. So far, we were able to treat 1,500 tons of contaminated water and emulsion, and we removed 300 tons of crude oil that has been treated again by the refinery. Now we move to 2 infographics. The first one is giving you an idea of how graphene can increase product performance. And let's start from textile. The thermal comfort is what I already mentioned to you, is this one that is inside my jacket. On road, we develop with an Italian partner a new asphalt that is very interesting. In tires, we are working on good balance between grip and decrease of rolling resistance. We have a new vertical battery, lithium sulfur battery, where we add in capacity and reduce the hazard. Face mask, I mentioned, very strong antibacterial and antiviral properties. Everything has been enhanced by graphene and is already on the market. Now let's move to the second part to see the impact of the added properties on the environment. We saw the textile odor control. That really means less washing cycle and less energy consumption. On the road, our product that is G-Pave, that has been already tested in Italy and UK, is able to triple the life of the road in an incredible way. Less raw material and CO emission, but a significant recycle of plastic. This is a fantastic product. With regards to tires, again, the high durability and less maintenance means, from an environmental point of view, less raw material consumption. And with regards to lithium sulfur batteries, we have higher durability. That, again, means less raw material use. Talking about face mask, one filter can substitute 10 disposable masks by adding also antiviral and antibacterial properties. These are real examples of products that are already on the market. But let me try to answer the question I'm here to try to cover with you in such a short time. What is the road of the Green New Deal? In my opinion, the answer to this question requires courage from entrepreneurs, but also from all the industrial associations. But the key move is to get consistent political decision from state authorities. They have to offer tax credit and other incentive to encourage adoption of new technologies, especially nowadays under the turmoil of the COVID. Everybody's talking about innovation, but they need really to move and protect the small company and the other company that they want to take this road. They have to force the state companies to the green emission asset and infrastructure, adopting available technologies. I made the example of the asphalt, to have roads that they can be renewed or relayed after, instead of 6, 7 years, but after 18 or 21 years, means that a lot of money can be reutilized in other and different areas and is a good way to use taxpayers' money. And supporting student generation in learning skill and develop talents to create new business and more technologies. So the road to the Green New Deal, in my mind, is one way. There is no chance to refuse this opportunity. Otherwise, we are going to lose market penetration and company value, and Mr. Market is going to penalize our companies. The worst mistake is not deciding not to go in this direction, but the worst mistake could be to window dressing our company with a false adoption of the Green New Deal philosophy, without drastic changes in production and products. Because we are going to confuse the end user, and we are going to create a big problem to the community. But now let me try to close with a non-orthodox quote for this audience from somebody who is for sure really wise, has also the skin a little bit green, and is Master Yoda from Star Wars.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Thank you for your attention.